The Adam Project is a movie that's been shopped around for a lot of years. At one point, it even had Tom Cruise attached to it. I'm sure a lot of it has changed over the years. For instance, I'm curious if the original script had this many Star Wars references in it. Directed by Shawn Levy, The Adam Project stars Ryan Reynolds as a time-traveling pilot from the year 2050 who crash lands in the present time and teams up with his younger self in order to find his dad, Mark Ruffalo, a professor responsible for time travel. It's a movie that instantly gets to the plot right in the opening sequence, unfortunately, because it feels like there's a whole first act that's just missing. It's less like The Terminator, which started out coming back into the present, but you still get a good feel of what some of the stakes are. This is more like if Back to the Future opened with Marty crashing into Old Man Peabody's barn. It's really detached, like there are important stakes and consequences involving Ryan Reynolds and his wife, played by Zoe Saldana, but I don't know enough about them or this world that they came from to really feel connected to these characters. It comes in with the thought of, well, everyone knows who Ryan Reynolds is, just give him some jokes and let's get to it. Even though the movie doesn't take place in the 80s, it definitely wants to be an 80s movie, right down to the young Adam being like a cross between Elliot and Tommy Jarvis. I think he may even have the same dog and live in the same house as Tommy. There's 80s movie bullies in it too, and it's got a lot of dad stuff like a Spielberg movie. Though I shouldn't specify that it's just an 80s movie because it's a lot of different things. This is a playlist movie, one that exists so you know exactly what movies the writers like. The movie is Time Cop, Back to the Future, Disney's The Kid, Meet the Robinsons, Iron Man 3, The Terminator, Field of Dreams. And if you miss any of that, it'll have characters say, "You mean like Biff from Back to the Future?" Or, "The Terminator is like our future, but on a good day." Between this and Free Guy, this is also the second Ryan Reynolds movie I've seen in a row where he uses a lightsaber as a weapon. Here they do it several times, and point out that it looks like a lightsaber twice. And with Mark Ruffalo and Ryan Reynolds there, we gotta mention superheroes, like the kid saying, "Ooh, a superhero landing," in case I needed to be reminded of a Deadpool line in a movie that's starring Deadpool. Even the soundtrack is like a playlist. There are good songs in here, but there's no rhyme or reason to where any of them go. Like a fight scene happening, and randomly it'll start playing Good Times, Bad Times by Led Zeppelin. It does this quite a bit with a lot of classic rock songs. Catherine Keener also plays the villain here, and looks like she just showed up to say some lines. However, they do de-aging effects on a younger version of her, and it is haunting. There was no soul behind those eyes. But look, it's not an unlikable movie, nor is it a bad one. It doesn't overstay its welcome. A lot of the acting is good. Ryan Reynolds finds a good balance between being funny and not going too over the top with it. The younger version gets his humor down pretty well, though I would have enjoyed it if he did go back to the early 90s and meet his younger self on 15 as Billy, former drummer turned bully. But the funniest scene involves a death in the climax, and I'm not sure if it was supposed to be funny and how dumb it was, and it's so stupid that I almost respect it. You'll know it when you see it. It does become more interesting when Mark Ruffalo comes into it because it starts actually having some heart. And I wish that it were way more focused on this, because Zoe Saldana exits this movie about as quickly as she arrives, which made that whole subplot feel kinda pointless. It's a C. I don't really care enough about it to go lower. It's just one of those movies that's a mashup of several different things, which can totally be fine, but here it never stops reminding you of those other things, because it doesn't have a voice of its own. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to subscribe to our channel today and click the notification bell, and we'll see you next time.